Hey, what's up? Pizza Oven Nerd here. Today, I will be doing another episode of Linux desktops. Now, sorry for how bad my webcam is. I actually ordered a new webcam on Amazon, so that will be taken care of soon. Anyways, let's get right into the video. So, we're gonna go through my rubric and grade KDE. So, the first thing is, if the desktop uses under 800 megabytes. Now, I just booted and all I've opened is the system monitor and the calculator, and we are only using 400 megabytes. So, we will be giving it 10 points for that. Alright. So, next we will be giving it 10 points for being customizable. KDE is actually one of the most customizable desktop environments there is. Actually, there probably isn't a more customizable desktop environment. You could customize the panels however you want. You can add in widgets. There's alternatives to everything. Yeah, just it's very customizable. Now, we'll also be giving it 10 points because it looks and feels modern. Everything just feels like it feels like it's a distro from 2019, and that's what I consider modern. I am. Oh yeah, by the way, I am using KDE Neon as the distro of choice for running KDE in this video, so keep that in mind. Anyways, so now we will be giving it +5 for being easy to navigate. However, just keep in mind that it is more advanced when it comes for new users when it comes to customizing stuff. So yeah. Now we'll also be giving it 10 points because it works on an Arch as well as a Debian or Ubuntu based distro. So, good on compatibility. Now, it does have an ecosystem because KDE powers, or KDE develops a lot of Qt apps and they basically control most of Qt. And there's also lots of KDE apps. Now, KDE Neon is pretty much a minimal installation, so it doesn't have that many KDE apps. However, if you open the Discover Software Center, you can see a lot of them right here. So if we head over to Applications, Brita, for example, is GIMP's or KDE's version of GIMP. So Kdenlive, that's a KDE app. KTorrent, I think Digicam, KMyMoney. There's just lots of KDE apps, and they all integrate with each other. KDE also has KDE Connect, where you basically connect it to your Android phone, and it allows you to have integrations with your phone, and it works flawlessly. So now we're going to give it +5 for every major feature. Now it does have its own display manager called KDM, so we'll be giving it +5 for that. It's also got a lot of widgets and stuff. So if you try and add like a widget, as you can see, you can add widgets to your panel or your desktop. So this is a widget I just added, and I can just click on it and now opens my menu. So it's a menu widget. Yeah. And another feature is KDE Connect, which, as I mentioned earlier, lets you integrate KDE with your Android phone. Now we'll be giving it +3 points for every minor feature. Now, this isn't a big deal to me, but everything you could do through the desktop you can do through your system settings. You don't need to do any command line stuff or dconf, or you don't need a tweak tool. Everything is just there. So I'll be giving it 3 points for not needing a tweak tool. I know GNOME especially does. GNOME and a lot of GNOME-based desktops do need a tweak tool. So, props on KDE for not needing a tweak tool. You actually don't need any tools for customizing it. You could do everything through the system settings or just through the desktop itself. It also has good support for Qt and GDK apps. Now, GNOME, for example, tends to have trouble running GDK, or not GDK, GNOME tends to have trouble running Qt apps. However, KDE, actually, you can customize GDK and You can customize it, and it just runs GDK apps pretty well. Now, by no, I'm not running Qt apps very well, I mean, like, they don't integrate very well with the system, and you can't theme them. They're all stuck to default themes. And some distros, like Linux Mint by default, Linux Mint does have a Qt settings editor, but Linux Mint by default, if you don't customize everything, a lot of Qt apps are just completely messed up, like KDE Live, for example. So you don't need to do any configuring to run either GDK or Qt apps, which is a nice feature. And also, if you want to get new widgets or new themes or anything, you can do that all through either Discover or the system settings. So I can get new look and feel themes. If I want new widgets, I could go and get new widgets right here, not from a local file, but from 1 second, from download new Plasma widgets right here. So it's pretty neat how you don't have to go on the web and actually find themes and stuff. So, I mean, you can do that. If I go back to where I was, go back to panel options, widgets, get from local file, you can select files off the web. However, there's also a repository or whatever where you can get different themes and different cursors and just tons of different things, emojis. So, yeah, I believe we went over no tweak tool, and I'm going to do +6 for GDK and Qt and system settings thing. Now, things to note about KDE, it is so customizable that I actually spend a lot more time deciding how to customize it than I do customizing it. It also can be advanced for a new user. Now, here are some things. I just said that, never mind. So now -2 for every minor issue. I couldn't actually find any minor issues. However, there is one major bug that prevents me from using KDE. Whenever I try and do gaming, it basically has all these compositing issues, and my taskbar or my panel is just completely frozen. The time is frozen. If you open a new window or close a window, it doesn't show up that you opened or closed it. Everything is just completely messed up. Other than that, though, KDE is one of the best desktops in my opinion. Actually, I think I'm supposed to subtract points for that issue. So -5. There we go. So KDE is a great desktop. I prefer it to GNOME unless I'm gaming. If I'm gaming, then if you're a gamer, stay away from it. You can fix it by going into, I believe, window management, somewhere in here. Is it desktop behavior? I believe it's window management. If you go to display and monitor and then go to compositor and you change it to, I believe, X render, I can't remember. And then set the scale method to crisp. I believe that will fix the issue. So, and also disable the allow applications to block compositing. I think that fixes it, but I can't remember. Other than that, though, KDE is a very great desktop, and I would recommend it. So it got 59 as its score.